What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another War Thunder video. Unlike in our previous video, we're actually going to be talking about War Thunder. I'm taking out the T-34-85E. This is a premium T-34-85 variant. Basically, it's the same thing as the regular T-34-85, except it's got some added armor, and it's premium. That's the only reason I'm taking this out over the regular T-34-85s. I'm just after some silver lions. This is, without a doubt, my favorite lion grinding machine for tanks. There are arguably some better premium tanks, but this is my favorite for specifically grinding lions. Now, today's video is not going to be specifically related to the T-34-85. It's going to be about something we don't often discuss specifically, and that is decision making. War Thunder has a lot of RNG. It is a lot of things that you and I have no control over. You and I cannot decide how many people queue up as France or Germany or Russia or United States or whatever at any particular BR. You and I have only so much control over so many things. There are so many things going against us sometimes. There are so many things that you and I have no control over. The one thing we can do is make good decisions. Even if you're in a full up tier, even if you're up against Russia, Germany, and France all on the same team, even if you're up against unbelievably difficult odds, you can still win. At the end of the game, it comes down to who makes the right decision and when. In tank realistic battles, you got 32 people at a maximum who are going to make decisions that are going to have an impact on the outcome of this battle. Take me, for example. I'm not in a squad. I'm all by myself. I'm in an up tier. I'm in a 5.7 medium tank on a map that really is not great for this vehicle because of the poor gun depression. I'm in an up tier up against 6.3 Germans. Things are not really in my favor. But because of certain decisions, I'm going to end up with 10 kills. I'm going to save myself. I'm going to get myself killed, and we're going to win this battle. How's that for an intro? Yeah, this was a fun little game to play. Imagine Online, I really like this map. It's not played particularly well by the players. I think people have a poor opinion on this map, and I think it all comes down to decision making again. But we're gonna exercise some restraint and not go for the cap. We're gonna let my allies deal with that. I want to get anyone coming in late to these pillboxes, and possibly shoot anyone coming in late towards C, because you can push forward past these pillboxes and shoot towards the southern half of the Charlie City. Just a matter of navigating the rather hilly terrain in this area and not mistaking a pillbox for a tank or vice versa, because you don't want to make a mistake here. A T-34-85 is not particularly well armored, especially in an up tier against 6.3 tanks. In the background, we got Tiger 2P, and I opt not to engage him. Sometimes the best decision is not to engage a tank. I didn't like the distance. I didn't like the angle of his turret related to me. I just didn't think it would be worth the risk of giving away my position. And here we go. We got a Tiger that's being scouted. So as I approach, I aim just a little bit low, but because of the high explosive filler, it eliminates the tank in one shot. That's one of the beautiful things about playing this tier, is the APHE shells are just incredible. Turn my attention to the left to make sure that no one's creeping up on me from B. Obviously they could have come from B, fall back, and eliminate me. There we go, we got a tank there. Is it alive? Oh, it's alive, and I backed up just at the right time. Again, if he had made a different decision, if he had aimed his gun further back to my tank, he got me in the hull, I would have died. Instead, he aimed for the very front portion of my tank, the front third, and I reversed just in the nick of time, saved myself from getting eliminated, and I one-shot hit the Tiger. That was close. There's something on B. What is it? Looks like a medium tank, judging by the marker that popped up. So let's go ahead and investigate. Help my ally. Since we're up against Germany, it's probably going to be a Panther. That's pretty good guess, and it is. Nice shot. Nice shot, Jim. Aim a little bit lower, get the track. And that's really all we need at this point. Now, the Panther, he knows that he's not alone in the cap. He knows that there's somebody there. He may suspect that I'm here, but may not. Either way, I'm using the fact that my allies are in the cap as a disguise, so to speak. I'm pushing him in hopes of the Panther will be looking towards the cap, towards where he knows there's a guy. As I push up behind him, take a shot in the side of his turret, eliminating him from the battle. Get in, finish off the cap for some additional spawn points and some additional silver lions. 2,200 silver lions. That is not bad. We've currently got all 3 caps. Things are definitely looking good. But if you look at the mini-map, there's no one on the alpha cap anymore. Everyone's been eliminated in that area. The only one even close would be myself or the guys that are respawning in the right side spawn. So the obvious decision is where to go now. Again, you want to make the right decision at the right time. And it just doesn't seem like the right thing to do is to sit here and wait for someone to push Bravo. Instead, I want to push the enemy spawn just a little bit. Not so much getting in the spawn, but to get in towards the middle of the map. You see the ridge lines that are in between E and F. I like to get in there and see if I can scout anything that's in the area. Now they're getting A, so we've got problems. There's a Tiger and a Ferdinand on the enemy team that are killing tanks over there at Alpha. As I come around, I saw this house. It looked kind of odd, and there's the Tiger 2P that we saw at the very beginning of the battle. For whatever reason, he decided to camp that house, and again, his decision-making cost him his tank. And since he's a 6-3 tank in a 6-3 battle, that's 450 spawn points that are gone. And that's all you start off with in realistic tank battles, is 450 points. So he's out of the battle. He's blown his 450 spawn points. Meanwhile, we have lost Bravo. Instead of going after Bravo, I decided to continue on, because I'm really committed to pushing this ridge line. My God, that was close. If he had put a lesser delay, I would have been dead. Again, decision making. Or he could have dropped his bomb further in front of me. Either way, I'm still here and he's dead. He crashed. He got shut down, actually. But I am fully committed to going towards Alpha and getting that Ferdinand that I know is near there. I don't want to engage a Ferdinand frontally, if at all possible. I cannot reliably penetrate the armor on the Ferdinand with the 85mm gun. If at all possible, I'd like to flank it. Probably not on B. It's probably a Tiger or another Panther that's on Bravo. Probably from Alpha. Thought I saw a tank there on the ridgeline, but it turns out it's just a tree. So, where is this Ferdinand? Nothing on the ridgelines. There it is. Now, he's angled slightly, about a 45-degree angle. I can technically penetrate his side armor. However, it's not a reliable shot, and I don't know the range. More than likely, all I'll end up doing is giving away my position and not really killing anything. So, again, we're going to continue towards the outside, the right side of Alpha, towards that ridgeline, and maybe I can get around his side and get a side shot on the Ferdinand. That's the goal. But again, decision making, because here we go. We are near the spawn, and as such, we have multiple targets. We got a Panther and multiple additional vehicles, including SPA, the Dicker Max. Two-shot him. No, I did not go after the Panther, which was to the right. I did see the Panther in the battle itself, but I chose not to do it because I don't want to purposefully go towards their spawn any more than necessary. This is as close to the spawn as I want to get. I'm just trying to eliminate these guys from coming back into the battle and spotting me. I'm not one who likes to push the enemy spawn. I prefer to stay in this middle area in between the caps and the spawn if at all possible. Got a tiger on the ridge. My shot is short and I'm getting shot from something. That's an Ostwind. They're on to me. Take out him. And there's another one. See, the 85mm gun has no problems with really any of these vehicles, whether it's a SPA or YEG Panzer. You get the Tiger still up. What is that range? That is... No, I just don't have the shot. I can't see the actual Tiger itself. I know he's up there somewhere. But between artillery and any shots that are incoming, I just cannot get a visual on him. There he is. A little higher. Perfect. Takes out his breach. Same distance, same shot. Ammo. That's kill number 9. We got another SPA. This one's a Whirlwind. Come on, get up the hill. This is where the gun depression is a little frustrating. Pop it top. Now, let's turn around and head towards Alpha. Let's get that Ferdinand. Where is he? There we go. There's the Panther. He came around the ridge line and got me in the back. Beautiful decision making on his part. I made a gamble. I thought he was going to go to Bravo and help them secure Bravo. Instead, because of the SPA that was coming in and was marking me, he knew exactly where I was, and he made a very smart turn and headed around that little ridgeline next to the houses and intercepted me. Detonated my ammo rack, and I blew up like a freaking battleship full of ammo. I mean, my God, that was a beautiful looking explosion, even though it was my own tank. But again, it's all about decision making. Now, should I have pushed that Panther when I initially saw him, when I saw him spawning in? I likely could have intercepted him. I could have killed him, but then I wouldn't have been able to fulfill my goal, which was to go towards Alpha, kill the Ferdinand, and recap A for our team. And in the end, I didn't end up killing the Ferdinand, so I didn't end up fulfilling my goal. So, should I have gone after the Panther? Probably. You know, in hindsight, I probably should have gone after the Panther. Sometimes you have to be able to change your approach. You have to be flexible in your strategy. In this particular battle, I was just too rigid. I had it in my mind that I was going to go to Alpha, shoot the Ferdinand in the side, cap it, and we would win the game. Frankly, I was gambling on the Panther being a bad player. I know that sounds like an awful thing to say, but truthfully, a lot of people do not pay that much of attention to the mini-map. A lot of people won't see the fact that the Ostwinds were lighting me up, pinging me on the map. They just have tunnel vision. Oh, Bravo is under attack. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna help my team secure it or decap it or whatever. So I assumed that he was going to be one of those dumb players and just rush Bravo. Obviously, that wasn't the case, and it ended up costing me. It's all about decision making, and this is one of the reasons I like to do the post game commentaries. It allows me to discuss the decision making aspect, because it's one of those aspects about tank skills that don't get discussed. You know, it's not about who's got the best tank or who's got the best ammo. It's how you use the vehicle, what decisions you make, when you make them, and I can't do that necessarily all that well when I'm playing the battle. Someone like Fly Daily is much better at that than I am, because he's been doing that for several years. And although Fly kind of gets a bad rep for being very, very excitable and all that, he's actually pretty good about talking through what he's trying to do. I think live commentary is something I'm going to try to do some more of in the future. There's that pesky Ferdinand, and that was an accidental shooting. The Ferdinand has abandoned A, and he's moving in towards that little ridge. And here's the Panther that's been killing people. Now he has squared up to me, which was the right way to go. But then he started angling his tank because he doesn't know where the shots are coming from. And this is where he makes his mistake. His decision making is flawed right here, because he angles himself the wrong way, and it allows me to penetrate the side of his turret and the side of his hull. The best decision he could have made is to rotate his hull towards me, but of course he didn't know where I was. Maginot Line is such a big map that you don't know where his shots are coming from all the time. Some of the other maps, it's pretty easy to determine where the shots are coming from, but not on this map. The Ferdinand is down in there. He's actually dug in, and at first I thought that he may have died and I just didn't see it, but he's actually dug in there pretty well. There's a couple of hills here. He's on that far side, on the opposite side of where that little, or where our friendly is, right there where I'm dropping artillery. I just wasn't sure that I would be able to get there in time, and I just didn't feel like it would be worth my effort or worth the risk to try to kill this guy. Because if I have to engage him frontally, there's not much I can do against a Ferdinand other than go after his gun barrel. And you can see, even if I had pushed earlier, I don't think I would have been able to get here. Maginot is just a massive map. But anyway, you got to see some of my decision making. Some of it was good, some of it was questionable. Whether or not to go after that Panther, you know, it's one of those things that always makes you wonder how could that battle have gone if I had gone after the Panther. You also got to see some of the decision making that the enemy team did. Obviously, from my perspective, that Tiger that I engaged early on, not the first one, but the second one that bounced, guaranteed that guy was pissed at himself for not aiming a little bit further back on the tank. If you make the right decision, you can reap rewards. You can get lots of silver lions, lots of research points. Make the wrong decision, and you're back to the hangar. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Take care, guys.